This is the apostle. Unfortunately, I couldn't be there tonight in this great celebration and honoring the legacy of a great man of God who is now in a heavenly place, Apostle Dexter Trammell. I certainly thank God for this man of God, and I also want to thank God for the Apostle Lloyd Trammell, his father, and also his mother and his wife and his children. I thank God for all of you and all of you that have gathered here tonight. It is a blessing, and I think it was of God for the leading the Apostle Lloyd Trammell to have such an event for such a great man of God. I thank God for him as I'm sitting here and I'm looking at the world turn, and I'm looking at the nations of the world and places that God have allowed me to place my feet on the soil of so many nations and so many countries and cities, even in America, but even across the Atlantic Ocean and the Pacific Ocean and all of these places. But I thank God because when Jesus was sending out his disciples through this apostolic structure, he sent them out two by two. And I thank God because the Apostle Dexter Trammell, who walked with me, traveled with me, and placed his feet on the same soil of these foreign countries in Africa. I'm looking at the Emirate, and even there in South Africa, and then up in Nigeria and Saudi Arabia, and even over in Haiti. He was right there, serving the man of God and serving in the kingdom. I just know that this commemoration and honoring and remembering the legacy of this great man is timely. It's timely. And I thank God for the obedience of the Apostle Lloyd Trammell, who obeyed God, because the things that this man of God have left with so many, the prophetic word, prophecy that are yet coming to pass, the sick that have been healed, the lame, those that been touched through the ministry of this man of God. And I feel honored that God placed him by my side as a son, one that I know that many could not replace because of his dedication, his love, his compassion that he had for the world and for the souls of men and women, boys and girls around the world. He loved my motto, no souls left behind. And I never forget the first time we started that he wanted to travel with me, and I was there, and he said, Chief, all my desire is to travel overseas and go to Africa and go to other parts of the world. And I said, well, son, you get ready, because on the next trip, I want you to go. And I want you to know when I announced the time to go, he was ready. And while we was in flight, crossing the Atlantic Ocean, not even knowing what was going on in his mind, knowing that I had talked to him many times when we was be at his church, and he was in the name of his ministry, international ministry, and I asked him, I said, well, you got international on your church. I said, have you been on that foreign soil? He said, no, Chief, I haven't been on that foreign soil. But I said, your ministry is prophetic because you prophesied where you're going. And here we were across the Atlantic Ocean, and I walked around in flight while we was in the air, and I went back where he was in his seat, and I asked him a question. I said, well, how you enjoying your flight going across the Atlantic Ocean and going into Africa? And he surprised me, and it was very funny. He said, well, Chief, this is my first flight. I said, you mean to tell me you never flew before? He said, no, I never flew before. This is the first time. Isn't it a blessing? Isn't it great that his first flight was prophetic? The name of his ministry was international. Now God was bringing it to pass. Going over on that foreign soil in some of the most hostile, most risky, sometimes life-threatening areas of the world. But yet he walked with me in these places. never was afraid to assist me in any area of the ministry. He was always there, not only in Africa, but even in Nigeria, even in Haiti, Saudi Arabia. I'm looking at the world now and I'm saying, I miss the times that me and Apostle Dexter traveled in these foreign countries to see the lives of hundreds and thousands of Africans being saved. Haitians over in Haiti being delivered, healed by the power of God. It changed his life. It changed his outlook on ministry. He loved souls. He loved to see signs, miracles, and wonders. And God blessed him to walk with the general. And I want you to know tonight that what we're doing tonight and whatever one of y'all are doing and coming tonight to commemorate and to honor such a legacy, it is a blessing. Many of your lives been touched by the man of God. The prophecy is still coming to pass. Your bodies are still being healed because of him. I thank God for him. The memories of his life and his ministry will forever be in my heart. For me to turn around while I'm traveling, walking through the airport, to turn around and know that he was right there. Didn't worry about a thing. He was always there to shield, protect, to assist me. And I know that God's hand was upon him. And tonight, let this be the beginning of something great to keep in mind the legacy of such one. Again, I thank God for my third assistant of the WLCM, the Apostle Lloyd Trammell, who obeyed the voice of God and said, we must do this. Apostle Dexter was not just an ordinary preacher. He was not just some preacher that is ordinary. He was extraordinary. He had an unusual anointing. He had the eyes of the prophetic that can see into things. And God blessed him. And I thank God that God gave him that privilege to walk with me, the chief apostle, around the world to reach hundreds and thousands of souls. But the greatest honor is not only that he walked with me, but he walked with God. Let this night continue to be a great celebration. Enjoy the video and you'll see where me and him, as he was by my side, as I prayed for thousands, he was right there. God bless you. I love all of you. Looking forward to seeing you very soon. Be blessed.
How can I say thanks for all the things that you've done for me? Things so undeserved, yet you gave to prove your love to me. And the voices of a million angels